Welcome back to the channel. Bevins38 here. Today, we're going to go over the NSX. Reason is because tomorrow, Saturday, June 29th, at 11 PM Eastern, we're going to have Grudge Night. Now, Grudge Night is where you just do your call-outs, run people for money. Instead of doing a tournament, some organized pairings or something like that, I just want everybody to show up in an NSX. That way it's even due to how everything's tuned right now. That way it's even enough. And you run live races for money. Now, the thing about that is you want to do all live races. So when you go to challenge somebody, you're going to select the cash, because we don't run for fun, we run for money here. You're going to select the amount, and you're going to click the right accept button. That way everybody can watch it, because that's what we want. We want all the live races. We want money. We want people losing. We want people winning, taking bags. That's what we really want. But we're going to go over the NSX real quick on what I'm running. That way you can replicate this, and I can take all your money after you replicate it. So we're going to go to the Speed Lab. We're at 461, 30, 14. All right, to start off, engine internals, we're going with the Performance Plus rods, powered in pistons, Golden Hawk block, CK Architect crank. We're going to go with Flow Pro valves, and then we're going to go with the Brockertech heads. All right. For the intake system, for throttle body, we're going to go to the Works throttle body, and the manifold is a Brockertech. And then for the intake, we're going to go with Speedworks. The fuel system, all right, the injectors, Injecto Pro injectors, and we're going to go with Aerotech pump. All right. Now, this is another one of those double install things. So what we're going to do is we're going to install the SC Tech Turbo first. You want to complete this install first. Then we can come back to the supercharger. But we'll revisit that here in a second. So SC Tech Turbo. And then for the intercooler, I'm running the VibeTech intercooler. You could technically drop that for the stock intercooler. I don't see why not. We're going to skip the supercharger. Well, after you install your turbo. So you have to completely finish the install first. And then you're going to come back and install the Brockertech supercharger. All right. And then for your cooling, for your oil cooler, RedTech oil cooler. And then your Fluid Pro radiator. And then for your cat, you're going to run the tracing cat. And then your manifold, you're going to run Topper Performance. Or Top Performance. Topper. That's crazy. And then your cat back is RedTech. All right. And then your ECU is Fuel Pro. And then you're going to run the MSD. All right. Nitrous doesn't matter. I run nitrous because purge. And then your suspension, you want to say stock. Drivetrain, you do not want the drive shaft. You want the stock drive shaft. Transmission, I use the Synchro Pro because it's the lightest of the transmissions to while I'm tuning my gear ratios. But then I always revert back to the stock transmission when I'm done. Same thing with a differential. You're running the Miken differential and then going back to stock. I'm running the stock clutch and then the Type R flywheel. This is also on radials. And then you're going to run the Breakmaster brakes. That's the best weight loss. And then weight reduction, we're going fully gutted. We're just not doing anything like any reinforcement stuff. So we're not running roll cage, anything like that. We're just going stock reinforcement. All right. This is a car that you want maxed out on ride height. So this is a setup I'm running with 16 rims, 40 sidewall, 7th width, no camber, no spacer, no stretch. It's the same. Well, it's not the same. Okay, apparently it's not the same for the rear. All right, that's for the front. That's not going to matter. For the rear, I'm running a 16 with a 40-inch sidewall. I don't know if it's inch. That's a good question. It's a 40 sidewall, 8.5 width, with a -10 stretch. Honestly, don't know why I set that up that way, but that's how it is. That's how these ratios that I'm about to give are going to, they're going to work with this properly. All right. The gear ratios. All right, so I already had everything and I adjusted everything. So I'm running a 610 final drive. And then, as you can see, my first gear is a 246. Second gear is a 166. And then we go to a 121, a 94, a 76, and a 63. All right. Pause the video there if you need to look at it more. Perfectly fine. None of the, as far as I'm aware, none of the visual stuff actually matters because, like on the RX-7, you need to install the visual exhaust. But on this, you can't. There's one thing on the dyno that I do want to show you guys. And this is going to pertain to how you shift the car. All right, so you see there is a dip and a lull right here. It's like at 7,600, 7,500 RPMs. The reason I bring that up is because you're going to run it to about 7,500, and I'll show you here in a second. But there is a lull right there, and it flutters between this 75, 76 to like 7,800. You don't want to go past that because that is, it reacts like a red line. All right, so we're going to go to the 6th Street Bridge. And let's see if we can find somebody to race. Oh, Sonya ain't got no races. Let's race Sonya. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. We're going to do the normal full burnout, get the max grip. We're going to launch it with these ratios, this stance setting. We're going to launch it at 83% throttle. And we're going to shift right here at this like 4th one after the 7. So that's, 7,600 according to this tack. 7,500, something like that. Get a little purge. You got to hit the purge. A little fun fact. If you spam click it, the Z just gets bigger and bigger. So we're running up to 83%. Now the first shift is very quick. And you're just going to run it out till, well, it's like the 5th one. See that flutter right there? That's what we're talking about. That's what you don't want to hit. You don't want that flutter. It's going to flutter at the red line. That's just how the car's built. That's how I've built these ratios. But you want to run it out. It's not a bad run. 10.085. Car's been 10.06 with this exact setup. That's going to get you money. That's going to get you bags. So, show up tomorrow night. Like I said, 11 p.m. Eastern. Grudge Racing. You show up in the NSX. You call people out. You send the money bets. You get their money. Take it all. That's what we want to see. Make sure you hit the very right accept button. Because we want this, we want it public. We want to bring it public and have fun with it. We'll have a bunch of people in Discord like usual. And we just have fun for the night. We're just setting it up. I'm just setting it up to be NSX specific. That way we can have more people racing each other, many different people. You never know what's going to happen. It may flop, it may not. I think it's going to be a great thing. But with that said, that's everything I got on this video. Make sure if you liked it, make sure you like, if you like what I'm putting out, like, subscribe, comment. I don't care. We're doing this for fun. Have a good night.